Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, coming to you live from the Singapore Fintech Festival. Joining us for this segment, we have Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afari. He's the first deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana. He joins me to discuss shaping Africa's digital economy and the Bank of Ghana's vision for fintech inclusion. And of course, we're going to discuss the Threei Africa partnership. Dr. Opoku-Afari, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to join you.
Thank you. And let's talk about supporting local fintech startups and entrepreneurs in Ghana. What initiatives is the Bank of Ghana implementing and planning to implement to support local startups?
Thank you very much, Joe. Bank of Ghana has done a lot since 2019. We started a lot before 2019, but I want to take it from 2019 when we worked together to introduce the Payment Systems and Services Act. This Payment Systems and Services Act allowed the Bank of Ghana to license and also regulate electronic money issuers and payment service providers. That was transformational. Prior to that, they were not officially licensed and regulated by the Bank of Ghana. So once we were able to get that on board and we're able to then license and regulate them, then the Bank of Ghana in 2020 set up a dedicated office in the bank called the Fintech and Innovation Office. That dedicated office was then to drive the agenda for the Cashlight agenda and also to promote the digitization agenda in Ghana.
How does this align with the broader transformation goals of Ghana?
You know, since the government came into power, they decided to push or transform the economy through digitization and to promote growth. So digitization has been a key agenda for that, and the central bank has been at the center of this digitization drive. So what we've done is that since setting up having the Payment Systems and Services Act in place and setting up the FinTech office, we've put together a lot of policy initiatives that are aligned with that of the government's broader agenda. One, we've tried to bring back what we call a risk-based licensing and regulatory framework. You know, it's always difficult to strike a good balance between innovation and financial stability. So we've tried to do that to ensure that we bring proportionality to the way fintechs are regulated and licensed, to give them the flexibility to innovate, but at the same time to ensure that we do not compromise on financial stability. And we've done that, and beyond that, we've also introduced a lot of policies and guidelines. We've introduced a regulatory sandbox. We've also introduced a guideline for crowdfunding. We've introduced a guideline for remittances, inward remittances. We've introduced a number of initiatives, ECD piloting. We've actually piloted ECD where the fintechs were at the forefront. We've introduced what we call the Ghana industry infrastructure that allows us to be able to use alternative data to be able to give loans to MSMEs by using alternative data to establish intent to pay. So we've done all this to be able to bring the MSMEs on board, to be able to bring the fintech on board, to be able to add value to the delivery of financial services in Ghana.
Give us an overview of Threei Africa. What outcomes do you anticipate from this event for the continent's fintech landscape?
The Threei Africa is a way to showcase the success stories in Africa. McKinsey came out with a report in 2022 and noted that fintech is growing about 10% per annum in Africa. And by 2030, the total value for the fintech industry will reach $230 billion US. This is a huge opportunity, huge opportunity in Africa for fintech growth. At the same time, we have so many success stories. Ghana is one of them, Nigeria is one of them, Kenya is one of them, Egypt, South Africa. These are all success stories. And we believe that it is right about time for us to showcase this success story, to be able to bring together inventors, to be able to bring together innovators, to be able to bring together investors, to be able to bring together regulators, and to be able to allow them, give them the platform to form partnership, to be able to tap into this huge potential that we have in Africa. And that is what the Threei is about. So the I's are innovation, investment to create an impact. And that platform will give us the opportunity to bring all these key stakeholders together to be able to innovate, discuss innovation, to be able to discuss investment opportunities, and to be able to see how they can create an impact to tap into this huge potential that we see in the space in Africa.
Tell us about the partnership with Eland, because of course Eland puts on the Singapore Fintech Festival. What synergies do you foresee between the goals of Eland and the digital aspirations of Ghana and the continent at large?
You know, Eland is very much related to monetary authorities of Singapore. Ghana has been working very closely with monetary authorities of Singapore. We have the Business Sans Borders program that is allowing us to introduce the GIFI project I talked about that allows us to roll out MSME credit. And that we are working in collaboration with MAS and Eland. We're also working in collaboration with MAS and Eland to put together what we call the digital economy semi-fungible token, which is another form of UTC, Universal Trusted Credentials, which we use in the GIFI project to establish the intent to pay. And we are now beginning to broaden it to be able to establish alternative form of validating data for MSMEs to be able to roll out. And so that partnership is so strong. But the most important part for this summit is that Eland has the expertise in organizing such forums. And we can see what we see around us here. And I'm excited because having that partnership with them is going to allow us to tap into that expertise to make the Threei Summit next year a success.
All right, Maxwell, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us
on TradeTalks. Thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate it.
And thanks for joining me in Singapore. And Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you very much.